My name, Edmund Yakani, Executive Director of CEPO, one of civil society delegate to the Nairobi peace talks between the government of national unity and the opposition parties that are non-signatory to the R-Access, known as Tumaini Peace Initiative. With respect, I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to our leaders in the government of national unity across their political parties who are expected to be holding a meeting tomorrow, and the meeting is aiming at providing a briefing for the leaders in the government of national unity by their counterparts who are negotiators in Nairobi who return to Juba to brief their counterparts specifically on incorporation of the observations and reservations and comments which were raised by some of the leaders of the parties to the government of national unity during the event of last week, where the chief mediator briefed the presidency plus, and where some leaders of the political parties have raised some reservations and observations on the use of language and proposals that are enshrined in the initial protocols of the Tumaini initiatives. Now, their observations, reservations, and comments are sufficiently incorporated into the protocols of the Tumaini, as we are aware that also the president's meeting with the delegates of the Tumaini peace mediation in Nairobi, through the word of the official spokesperson of the government, Honorable Michael Makwei, who confirmed that they have briefed the president that all the reservations and observations raised in the meeting of Juba around the Tumaini initial initiatives were all sufficiently incorporated into the protocols. So the government delegation came to Juba to brief their counterparts to get consent and consensus for proceeding of Tumaini peace process ahead. And today marks the first day of September. We are aware that based on the requirement of the enacted national election law, 22nd September, government of national unity is supposed to be dissolved, and as per now, the country is not yet prepared to conduct the elections, and indicators that government will be dissolved on 22nd September are completely zero because lack of adequate funding of the electoral processes. And this means 22nd September offer a day for expiration of the political legitimacy of the current incumbent leadership. And that's why the meeting of tomorrow, it is very essential for our political leaders in the government of national unity to compromise and to allow Tumaini to continue as a political processes for securing a pathway for political transition in the country. We are aware that the opposition in Nairobi have compromised during the incorporation of the observations and reservations of the parties who are in the government of national unity. We thank the opposition for valuing peace and stability for the best interest of our citizens. And the same compromises, we appeal to the leaders tomorrow to also take responsibility of compromising for the sake of securing peace and stability in our country. And our message for tomorrow's meeting that will be held in Juba by the leaders of the government of national unity, our message is that at the top leadership of the country, if there's no regaining of trust and confidence, and if the culture of high deficit in trust and confidence continue, even whatever extension we will secure through the Tumaini initiative, it will not deliver a successful and a genuine and a timely political transition in the country. Because once you regain trust and confidence among yourselves, that is the availability of political commitment and will, which will be reflected by availing adequate and timely funding for the implementation of the pending task of the political transitional process in the country, and also allow other institutions to take responsibility to deliver tasks under their mandates, for instance, like unification of forces, conduct of population census, preparation for election, constitutional making process, among others. But in the situation where there's a high deficit in trust and confidence among the top leadership of the country, whatever political transitional pathway we adapt for transitioning our country from violence to peace, it will not succeed, because political will and political commitment will be inadequate level, or there will be a deficit in political commitment and political will that will hinder timely and genuine implementation of the pending task of the political transitional process in South Sudan, as we have witnessed in the last 4 or 5 years. So we are appealing for you tomorrow, take responsibility to make peace and stability prevail in the country, to rescue the common citizen from the current political and economical instability. Thank you very much.
President Salva Kiir Mayardit has made a heartfelt appeal to the opposition group currently engaged in the negotiation with the government at the Tumaini Peace Initiative in Nairobi, urging them to prioritize peace above anything else. The President of the Republic message came during a pivotal meeting with the both government and opposition delegation in Nairobi on Wednesday. Speaking to South Sudan Broadcasting Corporation, Minister of Information Michael Makwei expressed that the President of the Republic acknowledged and appreciated the positive stride made thus far in the negotiation, demonstrating a shared commitment from the government side.
The government delegation briefed him on the progress that we have made. All the observations we were made in Juba, we have incorporated them in the current protocols, and the protocols are at present in their final form. His Excellency, the President, has appreciated our efforts, and we also requested him that we should go to Juba so that we go and make the same presentation to our brothers and sisters who are there in Juba, so that we come up with the final protocols that will be ready for signature. So we appreciate His Excellency the President. He was really appreciative of our efforts, and we promise, as we promised the people of South Sudan, we will bring peace to South Sudan.
Minister Makwei added that the concerns raised by the opposition groups were carefully considered, reflecting a spirit of inclusivity and dialogue that is crucial in achieving a sustainable peace agreement.
All these reservations we came with us from Juba, we addressed them thoroughly together with all the stakeholders and all the opposition groups, and they are all unanimous on the current provisions that we have. So we are sure that we have addressed all the concerns, and there will be no way for us to talk again of any other observations. However, we are going to Juba, and if any further observations come up, then we will consider them.
A representative of the opposition groups, Waldau, commended the president for the steadfastness in search for lasting peace in South Sudan, saying they are for peace and that they are looking forward to finalizing the agreement sooner than later.
Visit by His Excellency the President, and we were very happy to see him very encouraged and committed for peace and reconciliation among the people of South Sudan. His Excellency, as we share with him as a position, we are very committed to make sure that there is peace in our country, and clearly I can tell the people of South Sudan that Tumaini initiative have reached a serious milestone. We have concluded all the protocols except one protocol, and from now I think we are ready to initiate all these protocols, and hopefully within very short time we will sign a comprehensive agreement that will address the issue of constitution, issue of elections, issue of security, issue of reconciliation and peace among the people of South Sudan.
President Salva Kiir Mayardit underscored the crucial importance of placing the interests of the people first in order to foster lasting peace and move the country forward toward stability and prosperity.
As a complementary deal to the revitalized agreement for the resolution of the conflict in South Sudan 2018, Tumaini initiative is expected to take the country to exercise its first general election. By the end of there will be agreed transitional period by the parties. Francis Oliver, SSBC